Let's do this. Time to get back on that grind. FF13-3. Not titled that, of course, but you know. Whatever, it's pretty much what it is. Hey everyone, hope you're all having a good day today. Or good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Whatever time it is for you right now. But yeah, like I said, there's the music for those who want to know. Let's get back into it, yeah? Lightning Returns, Final Fantasy 13 walkthrough gameplay, English dub, thank goodness. Otherwise we'd have to be reading a shit ton. I mean, I still have subtitles anyway, but still. It keeps it consistent with the last two playthroughs we saw from World of Long Place. This is part 2, Luxarian. What did Hope say this place was? Like one of the most prosperous little like cities in Nova Chrysalia, I think it was. Which is the last haven of humanity in the world on the surface of Pulse. Game OXO. That's the uploader. Yeah, it's not World of Long Place anymore, but yeah. This is their playlist. Now, there's not any videos, but don't be intimidated. Only half of them are actually story. The rest are all side quests. So, hopefully at least the full story is available without interruption. Let's find out, shall we? Uh-oh. God damn it, dude. Sneeze warning. Okay. Dude, as soon as I start streaming, like I'm sitting here getting ready, nothing. As soon as I hit go live and I transfer over and I start talking, boom. My nose is like, time to sneeze. Jesus Christ. Alright, let's go. Dude, the confirmation that we're live barely came in just now. It like takes longer every time. The most inconspicuous passenger ever. Dressed like that. Giant sword and shield. No one pays her any mind anyway. They're just like, eh, whatever. Just another day on the fucking subway. Maybe they can't see her. I thought that's the thing, but...
Luxarian, a bustling metropolis. The divine city of light in the holy sea of salvation. It's the last bastion of peace and order in a dying world. Most of the people who live here worship the almighty Benevelza. The city is governed in his name by a powerful religious sect known as the Order of Salvation. God's followers believe in ultimate redemption, and their faith helps keep the fires of hope burning. But even in this pious city, a darkness lurks untouched by divine light. A heresy that rejects the teachings of Supreme Benevelza.
Oh. That looks familiar.
Another girl.
How awful.
I bet it's the heretics doing.
The divine city doesn't look so holy now.
This was no accident. The girl was left here intentionally. Light! Help her!
There's no need. Just a dummy. Hope, did you see who dropped it? They must still be close.
My sensors didn't pick up anything at all. I'm running a search of the city's video database, but I'm coming up blank so far.
Doesn't matter. I'll just find out myself.
The evil savior will die at the hands of the Shadow Hunter.
Luxarian. The divine city of light. Is that what they call it? Trouble is, the brightest lights cast the darkest shadows.
Taken straight out of Kingdom Hearts. Well done. I said it before, folks. It didn't start there. Oh. They also look very familiar. Someone else is mad. Just like Snow. Probably for different reasons, though. Quest information. Wither Faith. Difficulty 2 out of 3 stars. The body of a young woman has been found on the plaza in front of Luxarian's North Station. And it's just the latest in a string of murders, in which the victim was a woman with the same color hair as Lightning. Could someone be going after the savior herself? Lightning needs to question witnesses in the area and report whatever she learns to the Inquisitor in charge of the investigation. Inquisitor Guillaume! Also the whole thing about heretics. Oh look, we're back in Ishgard again. We got Inquisitors and heretics. Wait, what did the thing at the top say? I was looking at the quest discovered. Oh wow, okay, so this game's very open world. After the intro. 6 days left. And there's a clock showing what time it is. Holy shit, you're on a time limit. It's like Majora's Mask all over again! It's like someone's targeting the savior. Let's see if we can find anything in the crime scene. Okay. Sorry, I was talking over him, so I paused it.
If you see any people who need help, lend them a hand. It could be an opportunity to save a soul.
Literally do side quests.
To rescue the souls of people trapped in prisons of pain and suffering. By forming a bond with them, you can lead their souls to salvation.
So that's how this game works.
We need to solve this case quickly. Luxarian is the city of divine light, yet it has seen the murder of 3 girls in 3 days. But people seem to be growing fearful. If you find out anything at all, I'd be anxious to hear it. There are similarities among the victims. They have all been young women, and all of them had rose-colored hair. Yes, just the same shade as yours. You may also become a target of the killers. I urge you to be careful.
It's like I'm the reason that they're a target.
The Order has locked the area down. Looks like you're stuck there until they've made progress in the investigation.
That's some fast ladder climbing, by the way. Holy shit.
This is my favorite spot. Hang out here long enough and you get to see all kinds of things. Like those white-garbed loonies, for example. The children of Etro are heretics and they don't believe in the Order's teachings. Those Etro fanatics used to keep a low profile, but recently I see them everywhere. The Order's authority isn't what it was. Now those people wander the streets like they own the place. Do you think they know something we don't? Maybe they have a date for the end of the world. Who knows?
You know, I was gonna say, I actually thought about this before I even started the stream. Doesn't it seem like in the end, Bartandless got what he wanted anyway? The villain from the first game. He wanted what they called the Maker, what they assumed to be God, basically, the one who created humans and Fal'Cie, to come back by sacrificing a bunch of people. And in the end, that's exactly what happened, except Caius is the one who achieved that through his own death, of course, rather than Bartandless. But at the end of the day, same thing happened, didn't it? Shit ton of people died. And God came back, but they don't call him the Maker, it's Benevelza. So it's like almost what Bartandless was after, but then even he didn't know what the Maker was actually going to look like. That was just the title they gave him, because they didn't know what God was actually going to be. But it could be that it's a completely different God from the Maker. Who knows? Like, that's the whole mystery of this entire franchise, isn't it? Also, shit, I just realized I don't have my chat open on my tablet over here. I'm not going to see if anybody comes in to say hi. Jesus. I always forget that shit, because I got used to, you know, playing FF14 on my TV, so 1 second. I'll set it up really quick. It's already updated after last night, so it won't take too long. Alright, it's open. We're good. Okay. There we go. Comfy again. Let's do this, shall we? I guess I'll have to restart the app. I wasn't loading. It was stuck on a permanent loading screen. There we go. Now it's working fine. And reload the dashboard. Good. There. Alright, looks good.
Information. Good work, Light. At this rate, you'll solve the murder in no time.
You said that's vital information?
That's vital information. Good work, Light. At this rate, you'll solve the murder in no time.
Oh, look. The treasure chests are the same. Little round mechanical spheres.
The same people who killed the girl brought that dummy here. It's important evidence. Don't touch it. The victim had rose-colored hair, and the wig on that dummy was of the same color. The killers appear to believe that the evil savior will take the form of a young woman with rose-colored hair. Everything points to this being the work of those heretics, children of Etro. But why are they so sure what the savior will look like?
Because they already know.
That was a valuable witness statement. I'm pretty sure the Inquisitor can use the information.
They already know it's lightning. Which, and based on what that little silhouette we saw right before the gameplay actually started just now in this place, I'm calling it right now and saying that the children of Etro are being led by the so-called heretics here. Which, you know, remember, Etro is the goddess of time that lightning used to be the guardian for. Till she apparently failed spectacularly at the hands of Caius, unfortunately. The children of Etro are probably being led by Null, who's probably resentful of lightning for not having saved Sarah, or knowing she was going to die and not doing anything about it.
They're bound to open up other areas if they can make progress in the case. It'll be a win-win.
The horror continues. Another victim has been discovered. I knew...
One more time. What the hell did he say? Right here.
You should cooperate with the investigation. They're bound to open up other areas if
Oh,
they can make progress in the
right.
Continues. Another victim has been discovered. I knew the latest victim. She was a leading member of the Order clergy. She'd been a rising star, destined to become the next High Priestess. But then she retired suddenly for reasons of health, or so it was said. And then this.
Also, Shadowhunter's gonna be Null.
definitely be very interested in this information. Want to talk to a few more people?
And yeah, when I posited my hypothesis just now, it's because it looked like Null was a silhouette, but I could be wrong.
To be late. What if? No, couldn't be that.
Something wrong? Not about those murders, is it?
God, no. Well, at least I hope not. You see, it's the end of my shift, and I'm waiting for my replacement, but he hasn't shown. He's been late before, but never as bad as this.
You're starting to worry, right?
He likes to make out he's a tough guy, but he isn't at all, frankly. His name's Holmes. If you run into him, do me a favor, will you? Tell him Thornton's worried and needs to go home.
Has to be completed by 6 a.m. Shit, so you're constantly on a time limit in this
Alright.
game. That's kind
If I
of
see anyone in uniform wandering around where they're not supposed to be, I'll talk to them.
a little annoying. I guess it has an adrenaline rush to it, but... Oh, this is an actual side quest. Let me see how side quests are marked. That's actually important information, so I know when to... when to fast forward and when not to. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Try to grant people's wishes to save as many souls as you can. Before 6 a.m. Right now it's 2100 hours. Almost 22. So they made it open world, but you're on a fucking timer. That's kind of...
You work at the station, don't you? Your fellow attendants worried about you.
Oh no, is it time for my shift already? I completely lost track of time. Look, can I trust you? I saw who did it. You know, the people who threw the dummy off the clock tower? I got scared, so I've been laying low. I can't go to the station. That's where they'll look for me.
You were there? What did you see exactly? You have to tell me.
Uh-oh.
I don't have to do anything. But if you could protect me from those people and get me to the station, I'll tell you all about it. Get me to the station, and then I'll talk.
You have to gently walk. So much for the gentle walk.
It's the regional transportation system. It's the city's lifeblood. The trains stopping at this station carry people and bring goods from Houston. It might be worth checking out this area. Do you see any suspicious employees or passengers?
Holmes, you're safe. I was so worried about you, I could barely concentrate on my duties.
Sorry, boss. I saw what happened over where they found the girl. I guess I just panicked. I don't know why I got so scared. I'm sorry I let you down. It won't happen again.
Never mind, I'm just glad to see you're safe. Guess I never told you. Well, years ago, one of my colleagues was killed by a monster. I was afraid the same thing had happened to you. I panicked and asked this lady for help.
I can't believe no one told me that when I took this job. But anyway, sorry for the trouble, boss. From now on, I swear to you, I'm never going to be late. I mean, what if your heart gave out or something with worry? Can't have that on my conscience.
A true friend that cares. Maybe that's enough to save a soul.
It's amazing how... Oh, shit.
Well,
2
a
souls.
deal's a deal. You got me here safe and sound, so I'm going to tell you exactly what I saw.
Oh, right.
It was the children of Etro. They tossed the dummy off the tower. I really
No
wanted
shit.
to tell the Inquisitors what I saw. Honestly, I did. But I was afraid those heretics might find out and make me their next victim.
Yeah.
That's vital information. Good work, Light. At this rate, you'll solve the murder in no time.
It's amazing how... It's a different graphic style, of course, but not really.
Absolutely no one.
God, I have to pause just to say this. Not really, though, but it's like, it's interesting to see how the graphics between this game and FF14 differ. Even in A Realm Reborn, which, you know, you could say, yeah, the graphics have been updated from when I was playing on PS5, but we just saw a video from back in 2014, which is less than a year, and it was September, right? It was less than a year than after this game came out, and the graphics look so much better, in my opinion. I'm just like, they were both on PS3, but I think because this was solely for PS3 and Xbox 360, it wasn't upscaled as much, or it just didn't have as big of a budget as A Realm Reborn did, because A Realm Reborn was made with the intention of being both for PS3 and PS4 right off the bat. Like, it was made with that intention off the bat, but I think the PS4 still didn't release until like late 2014 or something like that. But they were already they had already declared it was going to be for both consoles anyway when it came out. So I think that's why the graphics actually seem a lot better for FF14 A Realm Reborn even back then in 2013, as opposed to this game, which came out the same exact year, literally just a couple months apart. The graphics look way more outdated compared to 14. I wouldn't be able to say that with so much confidence if we hadn't watched the video from A Realm Reborn before Heavensward even came out last night. You know, when we saw the Lightning Strikes quest event, the crossover. I saw the graphics there, and they're way better than this. I was like, that's so interesting. They came out around literally within months of each other, and 14 looks so much crispier. Like it's so much. This is nicer. The graphics are way better. But that's probably, I'm rambling, but yeah, that's probably all it is. It's just because they had already planned for it to be for both PS3 and PS4, so they went ahead and pushed it with the graphics. Not to mention 1.0 kind of left big shoes to fill with the graphics already. Since that's why the game wasn't really working right in the first place, is because they tried too hard with the graphics and the servers couldn't handle it. Something like that. Absolutely no one doubts that the people behind the killings are those heretics.
Behind the killings are those heretics. The Order is conducting its inquisitions based on that assumption. The Etro fanatics who worship the goddess of death are all over the place. Just look for the sinister groups huddled together, dressed head to toe in white. It may mean nothing, but some people have witnessed the Etro heretics using the public phone near the graveyard. Furtive conversations in the streets. Prowling the city at night. It makes you wonder what they're up to.
Goddess of Death?
Be very interested in this information. Want to talk to a few more people?
Holy shit, is this whole game gonna be Hope just talking into your ear constantly?
People would cause trouble, and I was right. Every night I can see them, those weirdos in their white cloaks sneaking around the streets. Whenever I see white, I think, ugh, heretic. If there's one thing I know, that wicked shadow hunter, he's the ringleader of the heretics. Those fanatics are growing bold. Nowadays, there's always a gang of them in the plaza in front of the station. It's as if they are meeting to go someplace else. Speaking of which, it's usually around this time they start to show up.
That's vital information. Good work, Light. At this rate, you'll solve the murder in no time.
I can't stay here.
Operations are currently suspended.
For your safety and security, the public transportation office has directed the
I'll open this later, but I probably won't put it at double speed or we'll miss shit. I'll probably be shifting between normal and 1.5.
In recent days,
With all the dialogue.
The fanatics, those unspeakable heretics who reject the Order, have been gathering brazenly on street corners. They're a sinister bunch, clad in stark white cloaks. I just overheard one of them say something very interesting. It went something like, if we kill the Savior, the prophecy will come true. Now, all the victims to date have been women. Could there be a connection? Are they trying to hunt the Savior? I wonder if I should tell the Inquisitor this information. It might be important.
So the culprits are the children of Etro? But what's their objective? What could they be after?
Let's find out. Once the gates are opened, I'll try tailing them. Discreetly. It'll be the easiest way to find their hideout. I'll talk to the Inquisitors. Hopefully get these gates open.
I guess that's all the info you need.
We won't get away with this.
The end of the world is almost upon us. But here we are, still waiting for the promised Savior to appear. If you know anything about the case, I'd be glad to hear it.
The goddess's disciples are beginning to gather. If you lift the blockades around this area, there's a good chance they'll start to move out.
You're suggesting I let them go? It's not a bad idea. Yes, I'll give the order and we'll see where the heretics lead us. We've managed to find some eyewitnesses, and we think we know who it was that strung the dummy from the tower.
Let me guess. The children of Etro, right?
Ah, you have your own sources, I see. In recent weeks, the heretics have become more visible on the streets of our holy city. The poor, benighted fools don't believe in God's salvation. Clearly, their despair has led them to carry out these wanton acts.
I like how he just
Only
did
they would open their eyes, embrace God, so they could bathe in the pure light of His almighty grace. Can't
the
they
same
see that
animation
their
as that guy in the
souls will be
background.
liberated in the new world? The irony of it all is that their fanatical rejection of the Savior has only made my own faith that much stronger.
That tends to be how it goes.
Perhaps that is the work of the Savior herself.
If you think your
Kinda-
faith will save you, then go ahead. Believe all you want.
I think this is kind of like a weird human psychology thing. Well, he just got saved. She got his soul. Oh cool, you can go shopping here. Garb and adornments. Yeah, you might as well just... Is that? Oh, okay, so you can stop the timer that leading to the end of the world with this. Chronostasis, alright. Mm-hmm. Damn. Resting on an inn or riding the monorail will cause it to end. Hmm. You can buy yourself more time, I guess. It is Chocolina.
The Savior can use God's own holy power. With it, you can even manipulate the flow of time.
How can anyone control time?
With a special ability called chronostasis. It has limits, but you can slow time. It's just one of the miracles brought about by God's great might. But be warned, you cannot use it again and again. Only use it when it will count the most.
Holy shit, she came back for this game.
Hi, I sense you want to talk about something. Ask away. Is it about this message board? Or something more important, like my beauty regimen?
I want to talk to you. I think that you have it backwards.
Oh, don't be silly,
savage.
Everyone wants to talk to me, especially since I've been put in charge of this.
Silly Sahagin.
Message board?
It's not just an ordinary message board. It's called the Canvas of Prayers, and it's magical. An ancient spell has been cast on it, and now it can show people's hopes and dreams. For example, you know how people wish on stars, or by throwing coins into a fountain? I know you've done it too, even though you'd never admit it. This board collects prayers from all over the world, from all sorts of people, and makes them appear as words.
You mean anyone can come here and read them?
Just you. It's written in a mythical language. To anyone other than yourself, it looks like a jumble of nonsense.
Oh, it's the words we saw. Maybe it's implying that it's the words we saw earlier when the dummy was thrown off the roof. So this is how you accept a lot of side quests then. And she gives you the rewards for it. Well, that makes sense. I think part of the reason why the graphics are so much more outdated compared to FF14, I just thought about it looking at Chocolina. For some reason, looking at her triggered this thought. It's probably because they're just still using the same exact game and graphics engine from the original FF13, just many years later. So that was 2009. This is 2013, almost 14 basically. Literally a month or two before 2014. But they're still using the same exact graphics engine, because why not? Like, might as well make the graphics look consistent amongst all three sequels that they made for the, FF13. That's probably why. But anyway, that's just speculation. Okay.
Now don't just take my word for it. Why don't you take a look? See if you can't read everyone's humble little wishes.
This is just like the quest for, this is starting to feel a lot like accepting quests in the first FF13 for the Sea Stones, kind of.
Have you visited the Wildlands? The green is so calming, and the people there are so friendly, unlike some of the folks around here.
Today,
A lot of people receive this
the
game.
light has been the scene of much tragedy. A
The
great
few
number of our
monsters will keep
residents
the
have
island.
lost their lives. Let us offer prayers once again to great Benevelza, so that he might be merciful to the forsaken souls, they who have lost all hope of seeing the new world.
Yeah, so a lot of this storyline does seem like it's definitely based on, or like inspired by, the story of the rapture, for sure, from the Bible. The Christian Bible, I should say. Because, you know, every religion has their own holy text or whatever. But of course, you know, a lot of the stories in that one is parallel to a lot of other major religion stories. They're kind of like the same thing with just different character names over and over. Since they branched from basically the same pagan religions a long time ago. But that's a whole nother conversation. Either way, yeah, they definitely have been biblical with this since the first FF13, but this one's the most on the nose for me, I think. It's definitely like the story of the rapture, except instead of everybody who's going to get saved being, you know, taken by a holy light all at once, it's Lightning has to go manually save everyone herself. For God.
Someone stole my purse.
And for those unfamiliar, the gist of the story of the rapture is that a holy light will take those worthy off of the earth, and then the world ends. It's just the gist of it, okay? There's more details to this, but the world comes to an end, and then it starts over, basically, the new world, as they're saying here. All the people who are raptured will, and people who are already dead but in heaven also, will be put on the new world, the new planet, which will be like a paradise compared to what it was before the world ended. That's the gist of it.
That the hunter is leading Etro's children. I remember hearing it differently years ago. I've forgotten who I heard it from.
So those who are saved are spared the destruction and devastation of the end of the world, and then they get to inherit the new one, which is a paradise. That's pretty much it. Let's see if it actually plays out like that here, though, huh? With the little plot twist they like to put into this. Wouldn't be surprised if it didn't. Hey, it's these little guys again. The gremlins. They look just like the old Sanctum versions. The little bioweapons from the first game. Oh.
Where do
That
you
might
think
be a
a
good
group
time
of
to do
people
this.
are likely to gather unnoticed? The station plaza, perhaps? Keep an eye on them, but be careful. You need to follow the heretics.
He just interrupted
Be
himself.
discreet and don't let them spot you.
Okay, this game's starting to show its jankness a little bit. Didn't even move, and he still interrupted himself. I guess we're just gonna keep playing with a broken sword now too, that's just the thing. After that opening cutscene, her sword is just broken. Still long enough to be a good sword though, so she's like, fuck it.
The evil savior will die at the hands of the Shadow Hunter? I sure don't like the sound of that. When they say savior, do you think...
It's me, alright. It has to be. But who's the Shadow Hunter?
Gotta be Noel.
Right now, no one else does either. The information's incomplete at best. But the Order thinks he could be the leader of the heretics.
So if the Shadow Hunter leads the cult, does that mean he's also behind the murders?
It's time. We're safe.
Ninja style. Keeping a low profile. Following them from close behind. Oh, they're running. They're booking it. At least you can see them on the map as green dots when you get close enough. This game looks so janky. I'm just gonna say it at this point. Hope I'm wrong about this, but it already looks like it kind of has a slightly lower budget than 13-2 did.
Do you see anything you can hide behind?
This. I don't know, maybe I'm just judging too hard on the NPC movement.
In the forest of darkness, chaos holds sway. To the goddess of death. These numbers I say. 7891.
The rites are beginning. Make haste.
The way the NPCs move and interact with each other has always been jank since the first game. You just didn't notice it that much in the first one because you didn't really get to interact with NPCs in that game. You were constantly on the run from enemies. But you noticed it in the second game.
See that? I think I just found my invitation to the party.
Yeah, so when the phone rings, you have to give them a 4-digit code. Simple, if you have the numbers.
Right. Simple. So any bright ideas about how to do that? I mean, considering you're doling out advice.
Go back to town and see what you can uncover.
The 4 numbers code. These numbers appear at 6 AM specifically? So meanwhile, you gotta gather info on where the walls are that have the codes.
The heretical cult, the so-called children of Etrel, are behind the murders. They become increasingly visible in the city. Judging by the tone of their message, they view the Savior as their enemy. What I don't understand is why they would target you. You're here to save souls and guide them to a new world. Why wouldn't they want that?
It's not that clear-cut.
Yeah.
To some, God's savior looks as much a murderer as these maniacs do.
Exactly.
I'm not surprised they're afraid.
Don't worry. Even if the world hates you, I'll always be by your side, Light.
Oh, thanks, Hope.
What do you want to do? Will you go look
That makes you feel much better.
The children of Israel are gathering now. They'll be out of my reach until they're done with their business.
It seems like a waste to just wait here until then. Why not get out of the city for a while?
I might as well. There's not much time left. I won't waste it.
Yes, your time is the most precious thing you have now. How you use these few days may decide the very fate of the world.
6 fucking
It looks
days.
like the monorail is up and running. If you hop aboard, you can quickly get anywhere in this world. And there's another station on the south side of Luxarian.
Require a room?
Rest your tired bones. What is it? The latest you can stay is until 6 AM. And then you have to return to the Ark. Oh, that's right. He said that last time. I have to go back every day at 6. Time will continue its onward march while you rest, so try not to sleep through the end of the world. Dude, I'm hoping this game is so open to letting you do whatever you want and sort of creating your own story. Like, I'm hoping it's that kind of open world game. And you can actually literally just do that. Can you just, like, rest over and over until the world ends and then just not save anybody and see what kind of ending you get? You get just some horrible bad ending? Like, I'm wondering and hoping that it's like that. Because that's kind of cool. It's kind of like a make your own story sort of thing. Like, you know, Detroit Become Human or... I'm not wasting my time. Goes to sleep till 6 AM. Well... I guess we are. We're not leaving the city. We're staying here. The first day is over. Time to return to the Ark. Whether you like it or not, right? Yep. You get raptured back to Noah's Ark. Yeah, see, so ever since the first game, it's been very biblical. Like, killing Orphan basically killed off Eden by chain reaction. Cocoon went crashing down. They saved it, but at the same time, everybody was kind of forced to start to live without Valsi taking care of them. It's basically analogous to the Garden of Eden coming to an end and people having to learn how to survive the hard way. Paradise was the Garden of Eden, which was Cocoon, essentially. And once that came to an end, everything went to shit. And, you know, FF13 too happened, and things went more to shit, and now it's the world's ending. So, this whole thing is just like, it's basically a parallel story to the Bible in a way, in a lot of ways.
Right. Now step forward and offer your Aradia so we can give time back to the world. Pray.
As the world dies around me, I offer this blessing.
Day 2. 5 days till the end.
I haven't told you everything about Aradia. Come here and I'll tell you what you need to know.
It's so demanding. Come here.
This is Yggdrasil, the Tree of Life. It's
Wait,
a holy
that's how
tree.
you pronounce it?
This is Yggdrasil, the Tree
Yggdrasil,
of Life.
okay.
It's a holy tree and its life force is entwined with that
Just
of
like
the world.
Ishtola, the Y is like an I.
Aradia gives Yggdrasil the power to grow. As the tree grows stronger, so too does the world. With enough Aradia, you can extend its life and push back the Day of Destruction. Up to 13 days, after which God awakens.
So the more Aradia I can collect, the bigger that tree will grow. And the bigger the tree, the longer the world has before Doomsday.
Simple enough, I guess.
There are certain areas within Nova Chrysalia that I want you to focus on. 5 locations where I'm picking up anomalous chaos readings.
And I'm guessing one of those locations is right where Snow is.
Yes, exactly. The palace in the city of Yusnad. There is another spot, in the heart of Luxarian, the Holy City. One more in the scorching sands of the Dead Dunes. And finally, I've measured large chaos fluctuations at 2 locations in the Wildlands.
4 regions, 5 locations.
To be more precise, the goals are people, not places. For example, the chaos activity in and around Snow's palace is linked to him, and the darkness in his heart. It's the same kind of chaos that I'm picking up in the other 4 locations.
And you want me to find these 5 people?
They're your priority, yes. Those people have massive burdens on them. The fate of many rests on their shoulders, and that makes your task all the harder. Helping them will not be easy, even for God's handpicked savior. But I can help you. There's a hard truth we must face. There are thousands of people down in the world waiting to be saved, but you cannot help all of them. It's not possible.
I've only got a handful of days. There just isn't enough time, right?
Yeah.
This will sound cold, but you need to be efficient. Saving people who are suffering under the heaviest burdens will give you more Aradia, which is good for us. But the greater the burden, the more you might have to do before that soul can be saved. Sometimes, solving someone's problem might just take too long.
You're saying I shouldn't waste time on helping the hard cases. I've got to pick and choose who gets saved.
Of course it would be best if you could save everyone, but you can't. It's a numbers game, Light. The more souls you save, the more Aradia you can gather and offer to the tree. The time spent helping one person might be better spent saving the souls of 10 others.
Yeah.
Efficiency by volume, is that it? A numbers game, like you say. Control costs and maximize profits. What is it that they say? Time is money.
Mm-hmm. Literally in this case, yeah.
In this world, all the clocks count to 12, but that wasn't always the case. Back in the old days, all clocks went to 13. Somehow, when the chaos first flooded into the world,
That first sentence.
days,
All the clocks count to 12.
all clocks went to 13. Somehow, when the chaos first flooded into the world, we lost that 13th hour. It was one of the great mysteries. No one could figure it out. But happen, it did. And the results were dramatic. Space-time has been damaged. Where once each day lasted 26 hours, now only lasts 24.
Right.
2 hours of every day gone, just like that. The lost time.
Interesting. Yeah, in our world, time is money because, you know, you're on a monthly schedule to pay your bills constantly. Since you're, you know, constantly having to replenish resources to stay alive, and that means drawing on those resources. And, you know, since they're being provided by companies that charge for a service, you constantly have to be finding ways to make money, you know, in order to sustain yourself in our current society. So it's time is money because of that. This was a good analogy they did right here with the whole saving souls thing. I mean, it's pretty obvious, yeah, what I'm talking about. It's like you go too long without eating, you're dead. You're constantly having to replenish food stores, so you constantly need to replenish the money to buy the food. There, it's working.
Where am I?
What the hell?
What is this?
Did they not go back to the same spot?
Hey, Savior! What's going on?
You again.
Right. Do you hear me? Are you alright? Where are you?
What's the problem? Equipment trouble?
I'm out. I'm getting crazy readings. The coordinates make no sense. I can't pinpoint the position.
Hope, are you there?
No, no, no. Hope can't hear you or see you. You're invisible. Do you know why? Because we're inside you. Spooky, huh?
You mean inside my mind?
Yeah, it's a safe place that God can't see. You could almost say it's like, oh, I don't know, an unseen realm.
Alright, if you say so. But that begs the question, what the hell are you doing in here?
I have a name. It's Lumina, and I know a lot about you.
What the hell are you doing here? I like that. The aggressive tone.
You need my advice, and in here we can talk about anything we want. Safe from prying eyes.
Prying eyes? You mean Hope?
Yep, he might not realize it, but everything he learns gets passed straight on to God.
What of it? I don't have any secrets to hide.
Oh, right. You're the loyal servant, aren't you? You wouldn't dream of betraying him. And don't worry, okay? Even if I know otherwise, well, my lips are sealed.
I have no reason to betray him.
Right, right. That's very convincing. Keep those feelings hidden and play the loyal little servant. You want to be as cold as a steel in your sword. You do that, and then no one can guess what's inside. It's true, God can't see into human hearts. But he can read your face and tone, just like anyone else, and make his own guesses.
Like I said, I don't have anything to hide. He's promised to bring Sarah back. I'm not gonna do anything that might cause him to change his mind. Why should I?
Are you still in there, Lightning? Why are you afraid?
Huh?
Come on, think about it. We're inside your mind. Don't you get it? If you can't be true to yourself here, where can you? I know you haven't changed, because you can't.
What the hell are you?
We're just particles of dust brushed from the palm of a god. That's all we ever were. Right, sis?
No, wait! That was Sarah.
Finally! I've got a connection again. Light, what just happened?
I was talking to Lumina.
Lumina? That girl? What does she want? And where is she now?
You didn't hear any of that?
No, my sensors didn't pick up a thing. Are you sure she was there? Maybe it was just a dream.
A dream? Maybe that's what it was.
Right. Teleport complete.
Oh, shit. I fast forwarded too late.
In order to infiltrate the children of Etro's rights, we need to figure out their code, the 4 numbers.
Right, and if we don't figure it out by tonight, another girl will be sacrificed. I don't want that on my conscience.
You have to hurry, and stay alert for the Shadow Hunter.
Choco Boko! It sure has been a long time, hasn't it, Lightning?
How do you know my name? I don't think we've met.
What? Don't tell me you don't remember Chocolina! Oh, duh, of course you wouldn't. Let's just say that I gave your sister a helping hand during her journey a long, long time ago.
She calls back to that.
Help Sarah on her journey? I hope I don't offend you, but you're not entirely human, are you?
No, sadly, in my true form, I'm not nearly as drop-dead gorgeous. But I am on your side. I'm here to help, like I did for your sister.
I don't even know you. How do I know you're not lying to me?
Well, you're just going to have to try. Ooh, I know! I can tell you all about me and my past until I convince you I'm a friend. It all started back when...
Wait, never mind. I trust you. You're on my side. Please, stop talking.
There you go. The callback to the fact that she just rambles on and on, like me. Nine. There's the first number. Holy shit, is there gonna be a cutscene for each one? It's past 6 a.m., so we can finally do this quest we started a while back.
Looks like that may be one down.
Great. The first of the 4 numbers we need. You're not done yet, though. Keep looking. We need 3 more to assemble the complete code.
I'm guessing they did the side quest along with the Masonry quest, but they cleverly edited it into like a separate playlist, which is at the end of this one. Put it all into one big playlist, but labeled them differently with different thumbnails.
Felt like someone was watching me. Someone I know.
Yeah, that's what they did. Because they accepted a side quest and then it edited. There was an edit there that led us straight to this. Straight to like the first number.
You've seen those people in the white robes, haven't you? They're part of a cult that worships the goddess Etro. This morning I saw them heretics messing around near a wall up that way. You know what happened next? A glowing number appeared at that very spot. Don't know if it's some kind of signal or a special code, but you know how girls keep getting killed? Bet you guilt to gruel they're involved.
My fucking ears get all sweaty with these goddamn headphones in. I'm glad this is the last time, because that's why I did this. I was like, oh shit. Even with the fan on and air conditioning. I'm glad this is the last time I'll be wearing headphones for the rest of this marathon, because we won't be watching any more games on YouTube after this one. This is it.
We have 2 of the numbers. Halfway there.
I've got to collect them by tonight and get into that ceremony. If I don't, another soul will be lost forever.
Oh, that's definitely him. If it's not Null, it's gonna be... Jesus Christ, I gave it away.
Following you, but my sensors show nothing.
Could be our friend, the Shadow Hunter. Maybe he wanted to drop by and say hello.
I'll be damned if it isn't Null then. Not everyone's gonna be wearing the same outfit they had on in 13 too, so...
One more number and we've got ourselves a code.
Could be somebody wearing the same outfit as him.
Another ritual takes place tonight. Find the 4th number before it's too late.
Easy. It's 8:30 in the morning. Not even. We got all day and our homeboy here knows where to go. So not only is this very open world exploration type gameplay, it's kind of forced. The objectives are not linear and laid out to you like before. They're not given to you on a silver platter. You actually have to go out of your way to talk to NPCs and gather information. These footstep sounds are from FF12. They sound like it anyway. Midnight to 6. The time management reminds me 100% of Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. You have to be at certain places at certain times to make progress. Use an instrument to play songs of time, different versions of the Song of Time to fast forward or slow down time. The slowdown time became a mandatory thing for Majora's Mask. Like,
you just have to find one more number to complete the code. Do that, and you'll be able to get into the site of their ceremony. You're close.
Like for your first time casual playthrough, if you don't slow down time, you won't even have enough time to finish certain dungeons before you have to reset the whole fucking game. So that the world doesn't end on you.
Where did I put my ticket?
Even on casual replays, sometimes I fuck around too much trying to do like little side quests and other things as I'm going through the dungeons that I get to like the end of a boss fight with like literally less than 5 minutes left, even with time slowed down, and I'm just like, oh shit! I don't want to have to redo half this dungeon by resetting time. I gotta finish this now. It's crazy. This game's starting to feel a lot like that, except you don't get to reset time here. You gotta do things correctly the first time. You can gain time, of course, and through all the methods they've explained. The methods that they've already explained, like Errati and all that.
Sanctuary. Hopefully we'll be able to find out more about this mysterious Shadow Hunter. I have a lot of questions I want to ask him. Like, why is he targeting you?
But that's it. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, maybe Noel isn't even the Shadow Hunter. Just a coincidence that he happens to be here. That could also be a thing. Too much speculation.
What do you want?
I'm here to help. Why do you think? Oh, and to have some fun of my own. If you're going after the goddess's children,
What the hell's
there's
going on?
something you should know.
The
You
black
know
screen
what
flickering.
This is, don't you? It's an oracle drive. It records the future. The children worship it. Yep. Whatever they see in it, they know it's a future that's bound to happen. Ha.
Yeah. A familiar device from 13-2.
Question. If someone believes everything this shows,
This is who's going to kill me.
Or try to.
The Hunter.
what would they end up thinking? I mean, if they saw that oracle I just showed you. Well, Savior, can you guess?
Sure. It would look like the Savior appears on the final day, and she tries to destroy the world. But then a hero appears and puts an end to her sinister plan. Is that about right? The evil Savior will die at the hands of the Shadow Hunter. The Oracle says Noel's going to kill me.
You got it! But you know what?
At least you recognize his
They're very
name.
impatient, these Etro lovers, so they've started the hunt without him. Anyone who looks like the Savior is fair game.
So why hasn't he shown himself? What's he after? If Noel's supposed to be here, why is he hiding still?
Tell you what. Ask him yourself.
There he is.
Noel Christ. Or should I say, Shadow Hunter.
That's what they call me.
Enter stage right, ready to play your role in the show.
We don't make the
This
prophecies.
dialogue.
They are what they are. And the future happens whether we want it to or not. You're going to try to destroy the world, and I'm going to stop you.
I'm not planning to destroy anything.
But I can't deny that I'm here on God's orders. Benevelza. He named me the Savior, and ordered me to rescue his people.
Yeah, right. Just like the Oracle says.
Glad he held on to that thing.
But it's too soon for our showdown, Lightning. When the time is right, we'll put an end to this. All of it.
After all we've been through, you're telling me you still think these prophecies mean a damn thing?
If you want the truth, I didn't until now. Who would believe you'd actually show up again out of nowhere after 500 years? Here you are, just in time for the final act, right on cue. You have to die, Lightning.
Oh shit.
That's all 4 numbers. Now it's time to crash the children's party.
Good. Now hurry. Noel Christ. Do you remember him, Light? He's the one who took your sister Sarah on a quest through time.
Yep.
You think I'd forget? I was the one who sent them on their way and ordered them to save the future. What happened was my fault.
No. He chose to go on the journey, and to fight for a better world. Yes, it did end in our death, but that wasn't your responsibility. And in the same way, he chose to become the Shadow Hunter.
Right. The evil savior will die at the hands of the Shadow Hunter.
I hope it's not the case, but if the prophecy is true, then you will fight each other. And he will kill you. So
He's welcome to try.
And where do I hide? If the prophecy is set in stone, nothing I do will change things. Besides, I've never run from anything. And I'm
Oh!
After all, I sent Noel off on that fool's quest in the first place.
But Light, try not to die, okay? I've got no one else who can take your place.
It's like I have to own up to the responsibility of having sent them on that quest erroneously. Thinking it was actually going to work and we were going to save the world together and all that. So at least she, you know, kind of can bring herself to admit that it was a mistake. What she did back then, she fucked up. And at the same time, it's like, but he also chose to, you know, listen to me. So it's not like I can take all the responsibility. In the same way that he's choosing to do this now. To come after me. Life can be complicated, huh? Oh, so can you just not get all 4 and then just try to guess one? I wonder? That'd be interesting if they let you do that.
To the goddess of death. These numbers I say.
3609. I wonder if they're randomized and that's why she didn't actually say them in the cutscene. So every time you play, you have to get the numbers again. Chronostasis. Stopping time. Suppose the player knows the best place to, you know, to use that. I hear chanting. The heretics are near. May the fury of Halone send them. Oh wait, that's the wrong fucking game. I was gonna say, may the fury of Halone send them straight to hell or something. I don't know, I was just gonna make something up. Do a callback to being back in Ishgard. The whole heretic thing.
The promised time is upon us. The promised time is upon us! Behold the harbinger of destruction.
Behold the harbinger of destruction!
Return to chaos, our mother.
Return to chaos, our mother!
The time has come. Wicked savior, go now to Atro's side.
Death to the savior!
Shit. Nice last minute save.
I'd introduce myself, but I'm guessing that you already know who I am.
She has come at last. It's the God Savior.
Kill her! She cannot live!
Well, at least they won't go after any more innocent chicks anymore. Oh!
You're late, Hunter.
It's the Hunter, just as the prophecy foretold.
Answer our prayers and slay the Savior! Make the oracle true!
You murder innocent people and expect me to do your bidding?
But Hunter, you know we did it for you, for the prophecy.
Having a falling out?
Don't insult me, Lightning. You think I'm with these guys? Fanatics with blood in their hands?
Working with the Savior! Kill them all!
These fanatics have been waiting for you, Noel. They think the Shadow Hunter belongs to them. But you were taking too long. So they panicked and started killing anyone who even looked like me!
Yeah.
Vaguely, yeah.
I shouldn't have waited, should I? I could have found you and saved their lives.
And now what? You're gonna fight me?
Yeah, that's right. That prophecy, it has to be true.
Has to be true? You mean I have to die? And you're the one who's gonna make it happen? Bring it on, Noel. I've been fighting destiny for a long time now, and I'm getting good at it.
Really?
Light, the salvation
Didn't go so well last time. Not to be mean, but I mean, that's why her sister's dead.
Lightning, follow me. We need to finish this, but it has to be the right place.
Still, I like how consistent this is with the event they did in FF14 for this game. It definitely ties into it. You know, like, what if that's where she was in Eorzea before the god Benevelza woke her up from her sleepless dream, as she said at the, or, sorry, her dreamless sleep, I said it backwards, at the very beginning of this whole walkthrough, the beginning of part 1 that we started yesterday. And then she just lost all her memories of Eorzea when the game starts. It's kind of cool how they do that when they do that. It's almost like a fan fiction, essentially. It's a really clever and cool way of doing a crossover between two different games. IMO.
The heretics aren't gonna get far.
The killings and rituals should stop once they're all behind bars.
And that just leaves the Shadow Hunter. He said he wanted to kill you and make the prophecy come true.
There's gotta be more to it than that. Something we don't know. Another prophecy, maybe. In which case, killing me isn't his goal. It's just a means to an end.
He's heading for the Warren. Follow him. But remember, Light, you have to be careful. If the Savior dies, there'll be no more future. For anybody.
Right.
Hope, were you seeing this? Not sure what it is, but it's decorated with Etro's crest. One of the heretics must have dropped it.
Excuse me.
Not today!
What am I saying? It's nothing more than a map.
you lose something? What was it?
I lost my carbuncle doll. It was
Aww.
the prettiest green color. It was an antique. It was my favorite doll in the entire world.
Chin up. It has to be somewhere. If you search hard enough, you'll be able to find it.
I know where it is. The chaos took it away from me. Anything that chaos touches just disappears and you never see it again.
Just because you can't see something, it doesn't mean it's gone. In fact, there might be a way to get it back.
Really? I don't believe you.
Alright, then I'll find it for you and prove it. You're looking for a green carbuncle doll, is that right? In this dying world, all the children have lived for centuries without growing old. Being alive for so long has stripped them of many things, including
Light, it
Their
looks
naivety
like Noel's
and hope.
hiding out in an area of town called the Warren. It is likely he's waiting for you to seek him out.
Oh, I see. She's explaining why the kid just was like, I don't believe you. Was pessimistic. She's been a kid for centuries. She's seen how cruel life can be sometimes. Doesn't have that naivety and hope. Yeah. Hey, there it is. The green carbuncle doll. The stamina gauge management. Having to slow down your run. I found your doll.
Look what I found. Here you go. Make sure you don't lose it again, okay?
My doll! You really found it! Oh, thank you, thank you! My mom gave this to me. She's gone now. She got swallowed up by the chaos. It was 200 years ago, maybe longer.
That's
If
it.
this doll was safe and sound inside the chaos, that means my mom is okay too, right?
200 years ago.
She's watching over me from far away, right?
People pray for the dead. They pray that even though their bodies are gone, their souls still exist.
Yeah.
They pray they'll see their loved ones again. That little girl prays she'll reunite with her mother. The same way I pray that Sarah and I will be together again someday.
But it's always just a belief. If holding on to it gives you that hope, then do it, just like Lightning said, right? That's all it'll ever be, it's just a belief. Damn. Hey, they got some new equipment.
So you
New
want to
outfit.
be a hunter, do you? It's the chaos, ain't it? Life's got no meaning, so you want to throw it away. Or better yet, your man went and dumped you, so you want to take it out on some beasties.
Look, I don't know you, and you clearly don't know me.
You don't know me? You came to do business with Baird without checking up on me first? Not too bright, are you, girlie? Huh? You want to keep talking? I'm game, but you gotta buy this here, baby.
Seed Hunter membership card? Nice. Baby. This dude just got canceled on Twitter.
Qualifications you'll need to be a top-notch seed hunter. Now, that don't mean you're a real seed hunter yet, though. That you gotta earn.
I'm gonna guess that seed hunters collect
Seeds. Yeah. Soul seeds, to be all specific and everything. You know what they are, right? The shiny little lights floating in the chaos? We call them seeds, but eggs is more like it. monster eggs in the chaos. A certain, shall we say, organization buys them up. For a good price, too. Says they, make medicines and stuff out of them. Listen, girlie. Here's the deal. I pay you for seeds. The more, the better. Here's something you'll need to know. There are a total of 4 merchants who will buy your seeds. 1 in Yusnan, 1 in the Wildlands, 1 in the Dead Dunes. And most of all, me, here in Luxarian. 1 in every location. Think you can remember that? If you got some soul seeds you're looking to discard, all you need to do is track one of us down. Simple, right? Oh, and don't worry. You'll recognize us easily by our fancy little hats.
Okay.
You been on a trip down Chaos Lane? Picked up any seeds on the way? Oh, I see you've decided to make the right choice.
So it's just a way to get gil then? I guess so. You kind of have to do the side quest to boost your stats, give yourself an edge. That's part of the reward, is stat boosts. Again, that's probably why the player decided to make a separate playlist for side quests.
Creature came out of the chaos and it's causing a panic.
And no one's doing anything?
13 brave bounty hunters volunteered to take the beast down, to keep the peace. 13. That should have been enough, right? Guess how many still live? Just 1. The others all died.
Damn. And that lone survivor was...
Yes, me. God, such horrors I'd hope to never have to see in my lifetime. The city's lost now. No one can face that monster and live. And with the chaos creating more of them...
Man. A lot of the budget went towards, putting voiceovers on side quest NPCs, didn't they?
Were you listening to me? It killed 12 brave warriors. You're just 1 person, and a woman no less.
You sexist.
Really I'll stop you.
Now she's been cancelled on Twitter too. You're only 1, and a woman no less. What are you trying to say? I get the whole I'm only 1 and they were 12, right?
The world will end soon for you.
But saying I have less of a chance because I'm a chick, I'm gonna cancel your ass on Twitter. This is what the title of the... It's been a while since we've seen a fight. Jesus Christ, that's why I'm gonna start fast forwarding a little bit through the dialogue because a lot of the dialogue is just from side quest NPCs.
I need more time.
Well, this game's grinding in a different way. Side quest and main quest with a lot of filler dialogue, you know? Rather than endless fights that I think the player has edited out quite a few of them.
I need more time.
That looks like Yuna's staff. I like that. Like I said, a lot of the outfits and stuff that Lightning can wear for her little, like, job classes, I guess, make callbacks to previous Final Fantasy games. It's kind of cool. Again, I don't know if it was, you know, DLC or not, but I'm pretty sure she can get Cloud's Buster Sword for one of her schemata. That right there's the Nirvana, right? Yuna's Nirvana from FF10? Looks like it. Or maybe not the Nirvana, but one of her other staffs, I remember. Because I used it at one point. That specific one. how they made the stagger gauge subtle now. It's just these little waves on the life bar.
Wait for a new dawn.
These little light waves on the health bar for the enemy.
You killed it? But how? How did you defeat that thing alone?
Well, it wasn't an easy battle.
You don't have to tell me twice. Here, you should have this. It belonged to the fallen men. Because of your actions, they're resting peacefully, knowing their deaths weren't in vain. What a coward I am. One failure and I turned tail and fled. In my mind, the beast had become chaos itself. But then you dispatched it alone. How powerful could it have been, really? To be slain by just one man? Damn it, you inspire me!
Not to be reckless, I hope.
Never. Caution is my middle name, after all. But we bounty hunters, we like to live on the edge. Danger. That's what it's all about. Can't live without it, like you can't live without air.
Dispatched by one man. Cancelled again. Cancelled twice. Capital D : Oh! Deliverer of Salvation. Little bronze trophy. So they do showcase some side quests, even in the main walkthrough. Oh, I'll put it at 1.25.
Light, there's something I think you should know. Something important. The Savior has to return to the Ark once a day. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You have to present your Aradia to God to slow down the destruction of the world. No matter
Oh, it's
where
almost
you are,
6 a.m.
No matter what you're doing, you'll be transported up here to the Ark at 6 a.m. sharp. Don't forget that, okay?
Less than a minute left. Before you're, you know, forced back to the Ark, basically.
Miss Mighty Savior, what can I do for you on this fine day?
Oh, I see more side quest stuff from the board. It's like the hunt board. Pog.
You have such a kind heart for helping someone.
Sleeves are talking to herself.
Require a room?
Faithful pilgrim. Tuh. Resting for 50 seconds. Oh? Time is money, as they say. In this case, for the player IRL, because they were like, I'm not waiting around 50 seconds, let's just skip ahead right now. Alright. See what happens now.
Is this fruit from the light?
Day 3. 5 days till the end. You earned another day. Cool. Need to earn 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 5 more days.
Light, do you understand your role now? You must lift the shackles that bind people's hearts and save their souls. The more souls you save, the more Aradia you can harvest. That is crucial because it means buying the world more time.
You need to make it all the way to 13 days. We're up to 7 now. Wait, how much EP do they actually have? I was looking for the currency that they currently have, but I didn't see it. Oh, there it is. 5 EP. So we started with 6 days left. We just earned another day. Because we're at 5 days again. Despite the fact that we were at 5 days before this. So, that's a total of 7. I made 13, right? So yeah, I did it. Oh, then, shit. 6 more days need to be earned. Not 5. I was thinking up to 12.
Right. It looks like Noah's hiding out in an area of town called the Warren. It is likely he's waiting for you to seek him out.
Welcome. Are you looking for rare items from the wildlands? I've got a mighty fine selection. I see you're a woman who knows exactly what she wants. It's a mighty fine product, that one. This is used for only the finest medicines. I was afraid I'd never be able to sell this baby. Thank goodness you came along to change that. It's a little rich for most folks.
I like the music. One hit kill at this point. It's good. They've done some off-screen grinding as well as, you know, from doing side quests. And have new equipment as well.
Hey, are you okay? Are you hurt? I thought that was my problem. I would gladly take that over this. Tell me what's wrong. My father's fallen ill. It's bad. He might not make it. I came to the city looking for a remedy I'd heard about. It's sold out everywhere. You checked all the merchants? Well, I found one shop that can make what I needed, but only if I brought them the ingredients. If only it were that simple. But I don't have a guild to my name. I can't get my hands on them. Are you willing to help me? Can you find what I need to save him?
I just noticed they're up to 16,000 gil.
Can you help me save my father? That shop you mentioned, is it in the area? Yes, the Chocobo Emporium is well known in the commercial district.
This is Luxarian's North Station. The trains here shuttle back and forth between Luxarian and Usnad, the city that never sleeps. There is another station in Luxarian, South Station. The trains there will take you to either of these two locations. The Wildlands, where you can enjoy fresh air, nature, and friendly faces. Or the Dead Dunes, a desert abundant with hidden treasures. Are you taking the train?
Usnad. Nice. Giving a recap of this story so far from the original FF13 to now. Her own personal story, that is. Good use of, sorry. That was a good use of, a loading screen right there. Not bad. Alright, so I guess they're gonna introduce the new area we're going to.
I swear I'll make you happy. Those were my own words. But I think I was fooling. I couldn't do a damn thing. You died centuries ago, and it still feels like yesterday. Not a day goes by when I don't think of you, and how I could save you. That I failed you. Like a fool, I'm just spinning my wheels while the world dies. Now everything's ending. No one's gonna survive.
This is where the first mission, the introductory mission of the game took place, right? With snow. There he is.
Sarah, I need to know. When I die, will I get to see you again? Not that I have any right to. Well, I guess we all come to this world alone, and that's the way we gotta leave it. What are you waiting for?
His Lassie brand.
You don't have much time left before the world ends. This is your last chance for payback to the man who couldn't keep your sister safe.
We still don't know how he got that either. Noel and Sarah both questioned it when they saw it on his arm.
So now it's the glittering city. This is how Snow entertains himself these days?
I don't know how entertaining he finds it, but it's certainly his doing. Usnot is Snow's town now.
But yeah, to be fair, that might be because we can watch all the side quests though. They might have actually explained how he got his new Lassie brand.
Residents call him the patron, and he runs everything here, especially the feasts and banquets. I've heard that he wanted everyone to enjoy whatever brief time they had left.
So he throws parties.
These days he's holed up in his palace. Who knows what he's thinking?
If I could, I'd go and visit. But I don't think I'm welcome there. Guess I should have pulled my punches.
No, it was the right thing to do at the time. I really thought if you confronted him head on, he'd open up to you. Of course, it's been centuries. People are bound to change.
Have the years changed him? Maybe. The Snow I remember was an optimist. Almost laughably so. He believed in everyone, and so everyone believed in him.
Yeah.
That's why in the end, I could accept Sarah wanting to marry him. But while I slept away the years in Crystal, he had to live every day, facing the world's coming end. Centuries, watching all hope crumble, lifetimes passing without a hint of escape. No man can stare into the darkness for so long and survive with his soul intact.
Yeah. So true. Seeing shit changes you.
The palace is completely locked down, but I think I found a way you can sneak in. The Augers Quarter is our best bet. Supplies for the grand feast are delivered each and every day, anywhere from early afternoon to late at night. There should be plenty of things for you to hide amongst and make your way inside.
Teleport. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, like GTA, you can set little pins for points of interest, so you don't get lost. That's only something they added with GTA 5 though, to be fair.
If anyone's supposed to protect the people, it's him. But instead he's hiding away in that palace, presiding over endless banquets. It doesn't look like he's doing a thing to stop the chaos.
But to be fair, GTA 5 came out literally months before this, so...
Right?
Yes, and the situation is growing critical. If the city is lost to the chaos, it'll be the beginning of society's collapse. All of the people left in this world depend on the goods that are made and distributed from here in Usnot.
So this city is humanity.
What
right.
the
You need to find a way to infiltrate Snow's palace.
Dude, the game interrupts itself. The player never moved from here. It's like, is it just because it hit 8 AM suddenly?
Alright, you need to find a way to infiltrate Snow's...
Good lord, I guess we have to read that last line ourselves.
City is human.
The last remaining bulwark against total anarchy. Okay. This game is janky as shit, dude. What the hell?
I've come to see the patron's palace from up close. Just looking at it would make me feel richer myself. It's the most extravagant building in the world.
The palace is in the Augers Quarter, right? I don't think tourists are allowed.
I don't know, it's so jank that it almost feels like at this point they were still just flailing. hopelessly in like almost drowning Square Enix as a company, and we're just kind of desperate to get this game out a little bit because of what happened with 1.0 and how their stock started to crash around this time. It was around 2013, right? Right before like A Realm Reborn launched. We saw the documentary in FF14. So it was around the time that both of these games launched, Realm Reborn and this game. That, yeah, Square Enix was starting to get really close to going bankrupt. They had like a really bad fiscal year. So you can tell, like, this game is a little rushed. Like, I'm noticing it just from how janky it is sometimes. I'm just like, this... And I already noticed the previous two games felt rushed too, but this one feels more so. Like, it's more noticeable in this game than if it was in FF13 Part 1 and 2. This one feels even more rushed somehow. Which, again, not surprising when you think about what was happening to them, to the company, Square Enix, at the time. And then this game and Realm Reborn came out, and Realm Reborn is the one that saved the company. I don't think this game had as much sway in that.
There are some parts of Yusnan that only the rich can get into. Not people like us, unfortunately.
It's a palace. They ought to at least let us go look at it for free, right? It'll be all right. Come on, let's go.
All right, let's go to the Augers Quarter.
Flighty tourist and tormented tourist.
The Augers Quarter is the exclusive playground of the rich. Commoners aren't welcome, and that will include you. Though people say it's possible to
Nothing's changed.
Apparently there's some sort of back door. I definitely think it's worth looking into.
Chocobocolina! The canvas of prayers is ready for your viewing pleasure.
It's a lot of new quests they're taking on here, all at once.
They say that some girl calling herself the Savior is wanted for questioning. According to the rumors on the street, she can steal your very soul. She busted her way into the palace and tried to take out the patron himself.
Steal your soul. Rose-colored hair. It is a very pretty hair color, I must say.
That party put you on the city's radar. The guards are looking for you. Sneaking into the palace again is going to be a challenge.
Yeah, I don't think I'll go unnoticed this time. So, maybe I could use my notoriety to my advantage.
You mean you could purposefully draw attention and throw the palace security into confusion? It might just work, so give it a try.
Oh, you must be the new recruit. I've heard good things about you, you know? People say you have potential. Now let's see if you live up to the rumors, shall we? So, how's the hunting? You can sell to me or Baird. It doesn't matter. You'll get the same price. All the seeds end up being bought by the... Actually, I'm not supposed to go into that.
Monsters do seem very few and far between, don't they? Enemies, I guess I should say. Oh, I was gonna say earlier, I kind of got cut off by what was happening and forgot to revisit it, but like, I do wonder how this game was received though, by the fan base. Like, not the sales or anything, but like, it's such a departure, the gameplay, from the first two games. It's, you know, they did away with the ATB system from the first two games. It's totally different kind of gameplay. I wonder how they took it, you know?
You mean me?
I know your face. You're the one I've seen on the posters.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, you've seen
That was an
me
actual
in my
cutscene.
disguise. Yes, I'm the savior. What are you waiting for? Harass me and you'll probably get a raise.
Shut up! I don't need you to tell me how to do my job, you damn criminal!
Oh no, you've seen through my elaborate disguise. Her sarcasm was great. That's funny. Hurry up and arrest me, you'll probably get a raise.
Destiny is destiny.
guards. If you let them chase you around, you might get cornered. Take the offensive and try to throw them into confusion.
I got fireworks of my own.
Police slimes. Or flans. The flanators, right? That's what they look like. And yeah, when I said the gameplay was very different, I basically just mean the combat.
Better get ready for the next fight.
But even in the overworld, the progression's slightly different from 13.2 at least. Yeah, I was like, I think he just meant you're gonna stand out.
Do you want fireworks too? You can get them by the station.
All right, give it back.
Huh? Give what back? What are you talking about, lady?
We
I
saw
can
you
get
steal
rough
shit.
If that's how you want to play it.
Ugh. Do you always go around bullying kids? Go on, take your stupid stuff. I don't want it.
When he tagged us. I think Hope was probably just gonna talk about that.
Hello and welcome. We keep only the best in stock here.
Eat! You recover health. Nice. Fine dining at restaurants.
Yes, you have come at the appointed time. Your destiny awaits, Savior.
And just what makes you so sure that I'm a savior?
His eye sees the truth. It cannot be denied. We are alchemists who seek the ultimate truth of all things. He has used the alchemic arts on himself. Now he possesses the eye that sees all.
So, what do you want with me?
Listen to his oracle. Your true path as the Savior is known. Now it is time you know it yourself.
An oracle? If you've got something to tell me, I'll listen. But I choose my own path.
Listen, Savior. I say to you that which I have seen. Tomorrow, when the sun hangs highest in the sky, you shall meet us in this place. The encounter is ordained.
Hope, what do you make of these so-called fortune tellers?
They don't speak very clearly or quickly. But I think what they basically said was they want you to come back and see them again at noon tomorrow.
It's not much of an oracle. They're just telling me what to do. Well, I'll decide tomorrow.
That's the clever thing about fortune telling, isn't it? The whole self-fulfilling prophecy. As long as they're vague about it, you'll end up becoming a believer if you end up not realizing that you kind of just did something they asked of you, thinking it was of your own free will.
Do you know what death is?
And then you're like, oh, they were right, they can tell the future! It's like, well, not really. You just kind of acted the way they sort of suggested you to, based on what they told you was going to be your future.
Go, and wait for new dawn.
It's a very clever way of social manipulation if you think about it.
Please, won't you be
the Augers Quarter didn't always used to be sealed off like this.
I mean, it's how fortune tellers in real life make a living.
If you don't have an ID, you're never getting into the Augers Quarter. If you really want to see one of the shows they hold there, you don't have much choice but the tour guide. The tour guide sneaks groups of tourists in through the back route to see the show in the Augers Quarter. Trust me, he's not that hard to find. In fact, he's about the easiest person to spot.
It's not like they can actually tell the future. No one can do that.
The gate to the Augers Quarter is locked, and it's blocking you from the palace. If you don't have the proper ID, it'll be impossible to get through the front gate.
There are a lot of popular attractions in the Augers Quarter. People want to see them, and it looks like there's a background that people without IDs can use to get inside.
Every night, there's a play put on in the Augers Quarter to honor God, the Song of the Savior. It's very popular with tourists, but most visitors just can't get their hands on an ID, so they find another way to see it, from a pretty lofty perch.
Lofty? There's a monorail near the palace that the supply train runs on. Let me guess, the enterprising tourists sneak into the Augers Quarter along that track, right?
That's right. It's the back route we've been looking for. Of course, the crooks who run the tours will most likely have people watching the entrance. You should find that so-called tour guide right away and get the whole scoop.
How good of you to come and visit our glittering city. This right here is the Augers Quarter.
I'm basically, at this point, I'm basically fast-forwarding through anything that's not a major cutscene because there is so much dialogue in this game. Holy shit. This game, like I said, this game is grinding in a different way from the first two. The first two just had a lot of fighting. This one, lots of jibber-jabber.
You can try to hide it, but I know what a woman wants.
Maybe, maybe not. Either way, I don't have an ID to reach the theater.
No worries about that. I can get you a special ticket at a special price.
A ticket, huh?
Oh, you playing innocent? I'm sure you know about
I gotta see what he said. what he said at first. Because I was still talking when I paused it and I missed half of it. What the fuck did he just say?
Hey there, my stylish lady. You're just dying to see the show, aren't you? You can try to hide it. I know what
Okay.
a woman wants.
Maybe not.
Stylish lady. I like it.
No worries about that. I can get you a special ticket at a special price.
A ticket, huh?
Oh, you playing innocent? I'm sure you know about the sneaking in special. I help the poor visitors to our fair city, people who don't have the requisite IDs, to see our most famous sight, the show in our illustrious theater, and I'm the only option they've got.
So I buy a ticket and you get me in to see the show, and I have nothing to go on but your word.
My word is good, but I can't offer any guarantees. I mean, who knows if you'll make it back alive? That depends on Lady Luck. So put your trust in Fortuna and your money in my pocket.
Fine, but how about a few more details?
I know you were up for it. All right, let me explain to you the brilliance of my little tour, shall I? It starts next to the monorail track. You know, the one that carries supplies in the industrial area. Up on that track, you'll find some of the best views in the city, if you know where to look, that is. I can take you up on the track from the industrial area and get you set up all nice and comfy. A perch with a view. You'll be able to see the Augers Quarter and the theater.
Sounds easy enough. So where does Lady Luck come into it?
Well, the tour's not without danger. The chaos infusions have been hitting the industrial area real hard these days. You might have to fight more than just desperate tourists on your way to the best seats. I don't guarantee your safe arrival or return. All I guarantee is I'm the only way in. Not that it looks like you have plans of actually sitting down and watching a thing, my lady.
What are you trying to say?
He knows you're up to something
where
else.
you might be going or who you might be going after. I'm sure the savior plays her cards close to her chest.
Gee, was it the posters around town that tipped you off?
I could sell out to the palace guard, you know, make a pretty profit. I guess you'll also have to depend on your luck to see that I don't just do that, Now, don't you feel like coughing up and buying a ticket to my tour? I'll even give you a special price just for you.
This guy knows how to play the game, y'all.
Go ahead, but watch your back if you do.
Ooh, look
Oh!
Big bad savior. A ticket for one. Time's on the ticket. Be in the industrial area by then or you'll miss your chance for the show. One of my helpers will be in front of the gate to the industrial area. Give them that ticket and they'll take real good care of you. You know the area, right? Past Central Avenue and then across the sand in the lower city. We leave on the dot, so don't you dawdle or you'll have to wait for the next tour. Thank you for your business, my good lady.
Again, like I said, he knows how to play the game. Dude is slick. It's like either you buy a ticket from me or not. I still have opportunities to make money. To sell you out.
You know. Yeah. Thanks for waiting.
Chaos. It's like distorted space-time or something.
You got something to show me?
Here's my ticket. Good enough?
Damn right it's good enough for me. But can't you read? Showtime starts at 6.
I can't just hang around here. I'll be back.
Smart girl. Even if you're not smart enough to read the ticket the first time. See you at 6.
Wow. Fuck you. Asshole.
Welcome.
So, guessing they went to go do other stuff.
So exciting. What can I get you?
Well, what do you serve?
Anything you want. How about the chef's special made from top quality recycled materials? Deep fried niblet hair balls.
Are you sure that's actually edible?
Oh, yes, it definitely won't kill you, I can guarantee it. And since you're my first customer in days, no charge.
Nothing ventured.
Nibble it hairball. Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Well, does it make your taste buds sing? Are you transported to culinary
Those were
heaven?
disgusting
Too tart? Too much
eating
salt?
sounds.
I can brush it off if you like.
No, it's actually really good.
God, that is a relief. I mean, of course it's good. I knew you'd love it. I've been working on the recipe for weeks. Unfortunately, it's not very nutritious. People are more health conscious these days, which is ironic considering the times.
You'd think that more people would come back for this.
I think it must be me. I just don't have a head for business. No matter how hard I work, I just can't seem to attract more customers. I've been living on the brink of financial ruin for years now. My son got sick of it, so he left.
You've got the chops to be a good cook, though. Why don't you try to find yourself a partner? You know, someone you trust who has a better head for business.
Now that you mention
There
it,
you go.
I hear there's a famous food expert here in Yusnan. Apparently he specializes in turning around lost causes like mine. I'll bet... No, I know he can help me. But how do I find him? All I know is his name.
And what is it?
Gordon Gourmet. Despite his fame, he's hard to track down. If you do happen to run into him, could you tell him about CD?
Dude, I half expected Gordon Ramsay. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. Slow down.
Gordon Gourmet. I'll remember it.
Gordon Ramsay made it into the game?
So much. I hope you find him soon.
It's fucking raw, mate. It's fucking raw. Oh, man.
Welcome, everyone, to the banquet hall.
Tell me, are you the famous food expert?
Possibly. I do boast a certain renown in culinary circles. It cannot be denied. I see. CD's restaurant, you say? I do hate to see a good restaurant go undiscovered by the dining public.
So, will you help him out? I can take you right there.
Oh no, CD's restaurant? I'm afraid you'll have to find someone else. I'm sorry.
I can't persuade you?
Impossible. This city is overflowing with restaurants crying out for the deft helping hand of Gordon Gourmet. I'm run ragged trying to keep up. And, well, you see... Right, my rule. I have an ironclad policy. I cannot help an establishment unless the owner approaches me directly.
You just made that up, didn't you? All right, can you do this for me? Just give me some advice now and I'll pass it along to the owner. You don't have to come to the restaurant at all.
That sounds reasonable. I mean, I'd hate to see a restaurant serving fried niblet hairballs go under. Except, if I give advice, I need to make sure that it is communicated accurately, with total precision. And that means my messenger has to understand the instructions perfectly.
Well, I guess that rules me out. I don't know the first thing about fine dining.
You don't have to be a top chef, or even a garde-manger. All you need is a discerning palate. Practically anyone can acquire one, with a little training.
I'm not sure what you mean by a discerning palate, but I don't think I have one.
Trust me when I say it can be found. In fact, a tour of the best establishments of the Augers Quarter should do. This is the famous welcome.
Again, so much filler side quest stuff in this game.
Food and excellent drinks are not enough. One must always anticipate the needs of your patrons. I am constantly assessing the dining
There's a lot.
customers, the comfort, the decor. Our customers want more than just a meal. They come for the memories they can savor for years to come.
I think it's mostly because the side quest section was labeled Luxarian.
We put a lot of love into our cakes, and that's what makes them so good. They're like treats for your palate and soul.
So I think the main walkthrough still shows all the other side quests. You calling me fat? No, I mean, when you first eat something, even if you don't get fat afterwards because you work it off, when you get full, it slows you down. You're just like, oh. You know?
You're gonna be a real food connoisseur by the time this is over. You just have 3 more restaurants left to visit.
Okay, that's a little too fast.
Our meat is shipped directly from the wildlands. We use only natural ingredients, none of that synthetic stuff. Grilling and roasting are the best. The key is knowing how to seal in the juices and flavors. And we do that better than anyone else.
That's very true.
2 more places like you'll have managed to sample all the popular restaurants of the Augers Quarter.
Every one of our fish is fresh caught and delicious.
Yeah, I think we're still going to witness all the side quests from the other places. Well, the ones they choose to do.
A chef is even more important when preparing uncooked dishes. The way you slice a tuna makes all the difference in the world.
Almost there, Light.
Plus 1.
Restaurant left to visit.
Come enjoy the healthy fruits of the earth.
The pumpkin head, the jack-o'-lantern head.
Greens love light veggie dishes. Vitamins in vegetables are determined by their color. You want a wide variety for a well-balanced diet.
Yeah, that is actually true.
What do you say, Light? Do you feel like you've learned all there is to know?
Nature makes it easy for us.
Advice from chefs won't make me an expert. Besides, most of what they told me was common sense, and they didn't tell me anything I hadn't heard before.
Go back and talk to a real expert.
There you go.
Well, how goes the culinary tour?
I was gonna say, yeah, nature does make it easy when it comes to finding your nutrients and vitamins just off the colors of vegetables, like they said. Unless you're colorblind, then it's like, oh shit, it's not good.
Top restaurant in the neighborhood.
That is excellent news. So now let me give you the advice I promised. If CD's restaurant wants to turn its business around... wait, let me ask you something first. You've eaten at CD's and at the best establishments in Usnot. Why don't you tell me what you think is the main difference between the two? I'd be interested to hear your opinion. In your own words, of course.
Why? Is it some kind of test?
Yes, exactly. Now tell me, what did all the successful restaurants have in common that poor old CD's lacks?
Let me see. Everyone I spoke to was helpful. They seemed honest and open. I don't think they were lying to me, but something seemed off.
Oh, would you care to elaborate?
Well, it almost felt like they were hiding something from the customers. But it wasn't as if they were deliberately lying or trying to deceive anyone. In fact, I don't think they realized it themselves. They thought they were telling me everything they knew. Yes, that's it. It was unconscious, like an instinct. They were hiding something, but they weren't doing it deliberately at all. I'd say the very best chefs, restaurant managers, and bartenders all share some kind of secret. It's like a special ingredient that makes their food stand out from the others.
What a wonderful deduction. You hit the nail on the head. To think you discovered this answer only after visiting a few establishments. It is as you say, the best, most successful restaurants have a certain je ne sais quoi, a secret something that makes their offerings unique. And finding that something, that is what I do best. In other words, if the restaurant does not already have a special something, then I simply cannot help it.
Then what about CD's? Do you think you can help him?
I can tell you this, the chef there already knows his secret. The talent is there to make that restaurant a success. Unfortunately for him, the secret spice that gives his dishes flair is extremely rare. He cannot secure supplies, and that is why he struggles. Let me be specific. Once upon a time, CD's recipes all featured the spice commonly known as civet musk. But then supplies dried up and the restaurant fell into a long decline.
You seem to know a lot about CD's.
Well, a long time ago, let's just say we have a close history and leave it at that.
Fine by me. All I need to know is that if I can find this spice, the restaurant should start bringing in customers.
Yes, exactly. The problem is the spice is not easy to find. In fact, the only way to acquire it would be to defeat certain monsters. Such a shame. All for want of a single spice, his restaurant is failing. He has the recipe for success. He just needs the final ingredient.
That's insane. Schrodinger. I remember these little dudes. Whoa, I never saw them without their shell though. Floating around. Schrodinger's cat reference, nice.
That's it, Light. You found some civet musk. You should head back to Gordon Gourmet and see what he advises you to do next.
But I was gonna say, the only reason we now know about that is because of passed on knowledge and information about the whole knowing that vitamins are correlated to certain colors that you see in vegetables. Because I mean, you know, first starting out, you don't really even know what the hell a vitamin or mineral is. You just know you just have to eat certain foods. Talking about humanity's history, I mean, like, science has helped us a lot in devising what's what, is basically what I'm getting at. Because, I mean, before that it was all instinct. And that can be problematic sometimes, since there's things in nature that look a certain color that look delicious, and then it's poisonous, you know? So it's like, oh, that looks, you know, like the color of that other vegetable or fruit that I ate. It must be really good too. And then you take a bite of it, and next thing you know, you're frothing at the mouth and dying. Shit, it was poisonous. Yeah, like poison berries is what I'm getting at. They look delicious, but then you eat them and you're like, keel over, dead.
You found civet musk. Thank you indeed. It's very kind what you're doing. CD's is lucky to have you on its side.
Why are you thanking me? If anyone should be grateful, it's me, and the owner of CD's, for all of your helpful advice.
Oh, quite so. When you put it that way, of course you're right. I just get caught up in a project and start thinking it's my own restaurant I'm saving. But back to business.
That's passion.
Develop this new and original recipe. I want you to take it back to CD's together with the civet musk you acquired. The owner will be waiting anxiously for you.
So, you still don't want to meet him yourself?
I'm afraid that won't happen. Not ever again. However, that doesn't stop me from wishing him and CD's the very best. Please tell him that whatever happens, I'll be praying for his success.
Maybe that's the guy's son. Remember he said his son left him a long time ago?
Do you remember what the owner of CD's told us when we met?
Oh, see?
His son that ran away from home when the restaurant started struggling. Great minds hope.
There you go.
We've both been thinking that maybe this son of his went on to become a famous food expert.
And that's why Gordon won't be
Exactly. Oh shit, new video, I forgot. God damn it.
Food expert.
And that's why Gordon won't meet CD's owner.
All three of us were thinking the same thing at the same time. It's like, wait a minute, this could be the guy's son! As I said, I'm not gonna meet him ever again. He's too scared to go see his dad again after having left him, abandoned him.
I created a new recipe for you. You should make it with the civet musk. Do that, and you'll be able to save your restaurant. At least, that's what he said.
Why, thank you! This is wonderful! How can I ever repay you? This is incredible!
incredible. Everything is here in black and white. A groundbreaking dish. I'd never have thought to do half the things in this recipe. The genius of Gordon Gourmet oozes from every word.
Notice anything else?
About the recipe? No, not particularly. It's well organized, written in a clear hand. Wait, this handwriting, it looks strangely familiar. Yes, I've seen it before. These swirls, these bold loops. Could it be?
I think so. It turns out Gordon Gourmet has a secret identity. He's your long-lost son.
He is? And you're sure it was him who created this wonderful recipe? But more importantly, he's in this town. Is he happy?
You have nothing to worry about. He's doing great. Except, I'm really sorry, but I don't think he wants to see you again. I can't tell you where he is.
But why? Yes, we quarreled when he left, but that was a long time ago. Is he still angry at me?
Do you have a message for him? I can make sure he gets it.
Well, how about this? I'm gonna make his dish, just like the recipe lays out. Would you be so good as to deliver it to him? At the very least, I want him to try it. Truth be told, what I really want to tell him is to come back to CDs and work with me. Perhaps if he knew that I still haven't lost my touch. Would that be enough to entice him back? I don't know.
I don't think words alone will do it, but if he tries your dish and likes it, that might be enough for him.
And there it is, finished at last. Here, please, I want you to be the first to taste it.
All right. I'm feeling hungry anyway.
I'm sorry, I'm starting to laugh at the absurdity of all this filler we're watching right now. Like, what the fuck is
the most delicious thing I've ever had in my entire life. Really, it's incredible.
Why, thank you. Although all the credit must go to my son, it was his doing. Here, I've made enough for one more. I've asked you for many favors. Would you do this last thing for me?
Sure. I'll take it to Gordon Gourmet.
But it's like we're doing the yellow side quest markers in FF14 right now. Like, what the fuck is this shit? And I'm so caught up in the little story that I haven't even put it at double speed when I should have. Like, Jesus Christ, we gotta go. Like, what the hell is this shit?
That must be my recipe.
Yes, the owner at CD's insisted that I bring you a portion so you could taste it for yourself.
I see. Well, then... Oh, yes, a perfect balance of fuzzy mutton and civet musk. The palate sims is a microcosm of culinary delight, a theme park of olfactory and gustatory attractions. And if you think that's hyperbole, I've only just begun. This is even better than I imagined. I always knew he was a skilled chef, but this...
So, why don't you go back there and help him out again in the kitchen?
Go back? Well, what do you mean? I do it. Oh, all right.
Busted, fool.
You've somehow figured it out. What my true identity is. Yes, I admit it. I am indeed the son of the owner of CD's restaurant. It was a long time ago, but one day we quarreled, and I left the shop vowing never to return. We fought over cooking, you see. But even after I left, I vowed that one day I would rebuild the restaurant. That's what started me on my journey to becoming Gordon Gourmet. Since then, I devoted every waking hour to learning about the culinary arts. After many years of study, I finally had an epiphany. I realized what CD's restaurant needed to regain its former glory.
You had a falling out because of the menu, but when your father saw your recipe, he was thrilled. All he could talk about was how he dreamed of you coming back, so the two of you could run the restaurant together, just like old times.
So he recognizes my ability. Oh, but it's too late. I can't go back now. The fact is, I abandoned him in the restaurant when times were tough. I'm ashamed of what I did. I can't face him again.
I figured that's what it was, too.
You mustn't feel that way, my son. Father, how did you
What the
me?
fuck?
My apologies to the young lady, but I wanted to see you. I followed her after she left the shop. What do you say? Let's start over. You set out on your own, did things your own way, stayed true to yourself, working hard to achieve your dreams. And now look what you can do. The recipe that you created was amazing. I've never seen the likes of it before. What can I say except that I am proud of you?
But Father, I left you.
Not in my wildest dreams could I have conceived of such a dish. Indeed, if you had given it to me back then, I doubt I would have recognized its greatness. But worse, I wouldn't have believed you could be capable of such a thing. I always underestimated you, my son. For that, you have my sincere apologies.
It's all right. And for what's worth, I'm sorry for abandoning you in the restaurant when you were struggling to keep it going.
Looks like you two have made up.
Yes. Now let's get to it, shall we? Together. We'll make CD's a success again.
Oh, all's well that ends well. What a happy ending.
That went well. A microcosm of culinary delight, did he say? That sounds rather tasty to me. Was it as good as he said?
Want me to pick you up some takeout?
You know what I'd prefer over
Yeah.
You made me one of your special dishes.
I haven't spent much time in kitchens, but if you want something off the campfire grill, maybe I could rustle something up. I was never as good a cook as Sarah, but I have been told that I grill a pretty mean behemoth steak.
Excuse me there, young lady.
She's never as good a cook as Sarah, but at least she does, sometime you made me... Wait, what? Sometime... What I prefer over that, sometime you made me one of your special
I haven't spent much time
dishes.
in kitchens, but if you want something off the campfire grill, maybe I could rustle something up. I was never as good a cook as Sarah, but I have been told that I grill a pretty mean behemoth steak.
A pretty mean behemoth steak. Nice.
Excuse me there, young lady.
I think that's not the first time, too. They did mention Sarah was a good cook in one of the first two games. I can't remember which one.
A strange question. Have you had anything stolen? By a pickpocket, for example?
Yeah, just like a damn tourist. It was a kid, and he knew what he was doing.
A young boy, was it? And he's still up to his old tricks. I know the lad. His is a sorry tale. Not likely to hear a sadder one than all you's not. If I compensated you, would you be so good as to forget this happened?
You're sure it was this kid?
Yes, it could be none other than the orphan boy Pickett.
Then maybe he should be punished. He needs to learn that stealing is wrong.
You see, the poor boy has lost both of his parents. Do you know sympathy at all?
I've got plenty. He's not the first person in this world to lose someone they love.
Have you lost family too?
Maybe.
You have, haven't you? I can tell. Then you can help the boy. Someone like you will be able to reach out to him. I need you to give him this letter. It's from his father, who gave it to me for safekeeping. It's the only thing he left his son.
So yeah, they're basically doing side quests to gather Iradia while they wait for the the show to start, and then go back to that guy, and, you know.
How did you know his father anyway? We were both hunters who tracked ferocious monsters. Then Pickett's father was killed, and his death was my fault. And so he refuses to accept the letter from my hands. Please, won't you give Pickett the letter from his father? It may help him end his criminal ways and get his life back on track.
I assumed what they were doing now would, you know, probably tie into the main scenario, because last time they had side quests to do, they kind of edited it out. But I think all they did was edit out the Luxarian side quests and not the other ones. Like I said before. Because, yeah, they're showing a lot of side quests right now. So I kind of, that's why I hadn't fast forwarded as much yet. Because I was like, is this all going to tie in somehow? No, it's just side quests.
You forgot how to sing? My voice is just gone. I can't hold a note anymore. Are you sure you're not sick or something? My heart may be. The cruel bastard, he left me.
Now that I know they're going to show a lot of side quests, I'm not afraid to fast forward at double speed to the dialogue.
Then he up and left, leaving nothing but his songs behind. I tried to sing them, but I'm so angry at him I just can't get the words out.
I'm just like, fuck it, let's go. Got places to be.
Wait a second. Would you be willing to go and find him for me? I'll make it worth your while. My word is good, I promise.
Why are you asking me?
Because there's no danger he'd fall for you and forget about me.
Okay, at least they make the dialogue and little storylines. I didn't expect her to. I can respect that. At least they make it entertaining, right? Oh shit! And then the chirp, Lightning actually chirps back and goes, "Well, what if he does fall for me?" Oh fuck!
Don't hate me if he does fall for me.
If he does, I'll hunt you down, tear your hair out, and claw your eyes. Do I make myself clear?
Holy shit.
His name is Birdie. He's the kindest, most gentle man in the whole city. He should be easy to find in a sea of undesirable men.
That's really not
wow.
much of a lead, but I'm willing to help you out.
Oh, see? Lightning standards are more lenient. She just admitted it.
Such a strange job.
I don't know.
Be careful around.
Oh, I want to hear the rest of that.
A diva, if you couldn't tell.
Duh.
I checked my files.
Damn! I was hoping they wouldn't have skipped that. I want to see why Lightning would have said that she accepted that quest.
She's a perfect character, to be sure, but...
Hey, why are you running from me? I just want to talk.
I
Fuck
don't know
this.
any Olga. I mean...
It doesn't take a genius to figure out you know her. Do you know anything else about her? Like, where her missing lover is?
Oh, I can't keep the secret for any longer. I just can't. I have to confess it to someone, and it might as well be you. I'm her lost lover.
Is this your idea of a joke?
No, it's true, I swear. My name is Birdie. You know, the songwriter. I promised her my undying love, but now I don't dare face her. I unwittingly lost the 354th song I wrote for her.
Wait a minute. Did you say 354? That's a lot of songs.
Well, you know, I had a few centuries.
You didn't run out of ideas?
It's kind of easy. I picture my Olga, and the melodies just come to me fully formed, as if from another world.
Huh. Better to be lucky than good, I guess.
But a dark cloud has blotted out the sun of our radiant love, in the form of a frightful monster that suddenly attacked me and stole that song away. Which, incidentally, brings me to the favor I want to ask. I'm sure you can guess what it is.
Why don't you spell it out for me, just to be sure?
Well, I was thinking that you could get my music back from that, monster. I'd give you a reward, please.
You and Olga, neither of you mind asking strangers for favors, do you?
There's something I just don't get. He said he's written over 300 songs, right? If that's the case, why can't he just write a new one?
Now that you mention it, I didn't even think to ask. I just got caught up in their little game.
Well, they are artists. Putting on a show is what they do. Anyway, since you already agreed to help, let's go and find this music of his.
I'm not gonna make you give back what you stole. It belongs to you anyway. Did you notice?
Huh? What is it? A letter? And it's addressed to me? Oh yeah? Huh. It's from my old man. What am I supposed to do with this?
Why are you asking me? It's yours now. Throw it away for all I care.
Damn right I'll throw it away. And I don't need your permission either.
Listen, I'm not gonna pretend I understand. It must be hard for you. Losing your parents, then being trapped in a child's body for centuries and centuries all alone.
That's right. You can understand. No one can.
Let me tell you something. I lost my parents, but it wasn't the same. I still had my sister. I wasn't left all on my own. I was luckier than you.
So, your parents are dead too?
Yeah, it happened a long time ago, but I remember being really angry. People pitied me, treated me like a helpless child. I couldn't stand it. So I pushed people away and built walls around me, but I still had my sister. She understood me.
It's not fair. I didn't have anyone. I was left all alone.
I know. If it were me, I couldn't have done what you did. You're a lot stronger than I am. You've done an amazing thing, going through that and surviving all these years. You should be proud of yourself.
I should? I've never felt proud about anything. But when you put it like that, maybe I should be proud.
Earlier, I almost wondered what the point of them eating was, but I had to remember that people can still die from other means. They just don't die from aging anymore. But you can still starve to death or be killed by some freak accident.
Can you play that again for me?
Oh, hey, your name isn't Lightning, is it?
It's just a lingering
Well,
thought.
Lauren Black told me. She said that if I played this song, a lady called Lightning would show up.
Lumina.
That's it, Lumina. She's the one who showed me how to play the song. So, do you know it?
Sure, I've heard it before. So why don't you play me the rest of it now? What's so funny?
That's exactly what Lumina said you'd say. She said that if I played the first bit, you'd come over to talk to me, and then you'd be sure to ask me to play the rest.
I'm guessing now I have to do something to hear the rest, right?
Yep, Lumina said if you want to hear the whole song, you're gonna have to find the musical treasure spheres. I've got a key that's supposed to open them all.
Man! Just like FF13 too?
Game, but not for my own benefit. Maybe if Snow hears
streets, it'll give him some smidgen of hope.
Intend to.
Are you saying this song has something to do with the patron?
The side content the game over here.
You play me the whole song, and maybe I'll tell you.
All right, if you do. But you still have to do what I asked for first. Here's the key to the boxes. You have to find all of them. When you're done, come back and talk to me.
Except, unlike 13.2, you don't have to finish the game first, the main game, before all the side quests unlock for you to do. With the paradox scope and all that shit. You can actually do them as you play through the game. But you're on a time limit now too, so you can't do all of them.
Although, I guess it's more accurate to say he stole it off me.
He did? But you know what? It might be the last thing he steals. I saw him just a little while ago, and something was different about him. He seemed proud, holding his head high. Well, he reminded me of his father. I think his criminal days might be over. You did the right thing, helping that child.
Maybe you shouldn't call him that. Child, I mean. He seems more mature than other kids. If you treated him more like the young man that he's become, he might listen to you.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Of course. Next time I see little Pickett, I shall address him not as a child of my dear friend, but as a man in his own right. Thank you so much for all your help.
Looks like you've got yourself a ticket to the play. Even the best are willing to deal when we got something they want, huh? Just make sure you don't deal your life away.
Oh, that's a good time to take a break actually. I'm at 2 hours and 13 minutes. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of filler. Okay, this game's not going to be as long as I thought it was when I saw 50 parts. A lot of these, and again, some of them are even like 6 minutes. Oh wait, this is side quest stuff, but some of them are even just a short, like 10 minutes. But now knowing that some of them are literally nothing but complete filler side quests that we can fast forward through like this, oof, it's not going to be that long. It's a good thing they edited out all the Luxarian side quests and made it its own separate playlist at the end, like this. I wonder why it's just that one. Maybe that city's the one with the most, so that's why they did that. I don't fucking know. They operate differently from World of Long Plays, so, you know. I don't know what to tell you. Even with World of Long Plays, it was a different player for every game, and they all had their own style, so even then, it's, you know. I still wouldn't be able to tell you with full confidence what the player was thinking. Except, one thing we could see, usually, they would write in the description what they were doing. This person did not. This person did not. Like the 13.2 playthrough we saw. They actually were saying in the description what they were going to do, how they were going to structure it, putting all the side quests at the end, yada yada. But no such luck this time, so just going to have to play it by ear, as they say. Alright, be right back and probably just take a 5 minute for this one, and then keep going.